Welcome to Free Live Tarot Readings. I'm Tarot Code out of the Readings.
Time for the Tarot Oracle Show.
What is going on, everybody? Thank you for the wealth of donations already. I really appreciate that. We have Black Swan with a double shot. Bartman, thank you for your donation. Karima, welcome. We got Keeli, Cassandra, and Crystals in Pain on the donation side. We got Tarot Magician, welcome. Appreciate you being here. Maruta Lady, been a minute. Hamburger and a Shake, it's been even a longer minute. What is going on? We got Moonchild Tarot, we got Sarah, and everybody else. Thank you for hanging out. It is another manic Monday. Wish it was Sunday. That's my, well, no, it wasn't my fun day. That's for damn sure. All right, let's see. Black Swan is a first for my sick friend. Well, there we go. Sitting beside me. Well, hello, sick friend. I don't know your actual name. I assume it's sick friend. Your first name is sick. Your last name is friend. That makes sense. That makes perfect sense. Welcome, Mr. Friend. I appreciate that. Crafty Lady, what is going on? I appreciate you hanging out as well. There we go. And yeah, we'll see. Any changes happening in his marital life in the next few months? We want the Poe. Taking a little bit of risk with the Edgar Allan per se. We go some EA Poe, EAP. And that's not Employee Assistance Program, by the way. That's Edgar Allan Poe is where we're at. So yeah, we'll see where that is at. All right, Mr. Sick Friend. We'll see any marital changes in there. I do think that you have basically some things happening in the marriage. That's why you're asking. So you got some things going on in the marriage. You got a little drama within there. Within the things happening there, there's always a little drama, and there's a little bit, right? You got the Two of Cups next to the Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles kind of says there is a couple of things already weighing on us a little bit, and we need to kind of sort of address that, but it's not really something that we can address. It looks like we've tried to address it. We haven't made a lot of progress on that. We're having some kind of issues overall, just sort of getting past that. You know, you're going to have to get past that eventually. Not something you're going to be able to do right now. It does look like that there's a little bit of a power struggle within this connection as well as far as marital life goes. You're going to have to sort of deal with that. It seems that one person has the upper hand, then another person has the upper hand, and you kind of just swap back and forth. It doesn't make a lot of sense with that. Two of Cups is interesting. It seems like somebody else is butting into the marriage a little more than they should as well. We don't really want to deal with that. We don't want to have a lot of drama with that. That is for sure as far as that goes. Nine of Swords said there's some things to be concerned about that you are going to have probably in about 2.5 months as far as the marriage life goes. And that's going to be sort of a more of a concern, something you have to address, something you have to chase, figure out, see where it's going to take you and whatnot. So in 2.5 months, you have a little bit of drama setting up as far as that goes. And it kind of says the Three of Swords. It's almost like some old thing that has been put into the past, that has been pushed back, comes and revives itself, gets another revival as it goes through. And that's something you're not really going to want to deal with, but you know, overall you are going to have to deal with it. So yeah, so the big opportunity or the big change in 2.5 months from now, you do have some things that do need to be addressed, or some stuff that's on the table that hasn't really been addressed in a while. And you also do have a level of power struggle in between here. I really don't think there's any easy option to fix some of that shit. I mean, I'm just saying, I don't think there's just any easy option where I can just press a button and all of a sudden, poof, it magically fixes everything. I just don't see it. I just don't see it at all. That's the way it goes. But yeah. Anyway, hope you like that reading. So I hope you like that reading, sick friend. I don't know. It's a sick reading. Crafty Lady. It is apparently you need to renew and pay another $1 for this month to be green still. YouTubeuser, welcome. Appreciate you hanging out. How you doing? Thank you very much for your donation. We got Black Swan has another reading over there, but it wants a tarot in Wonderland. This is a person who is very much a fan, of the artist that did both of these. Same artist, by the way. But yeah, Black Swan, we'll see that. What's coming for him and I next? Poe or the Tarot in Wonderland? We'll go with the Tarot in Wonderland because we haven't used it yet, and it's fresh on the table. We're going to see where that takes us. All the funny things, enjoyable things going on with that, right? Dr. Mystical is in the car. Welcome, Dr. Mystical. Do not get in a car wreck because of this reading. Entertainment purposes only. Never drive a car based on a fact reading of cars on the internet. YouTube user, thank you very much for your other donation. I greatly appreciate that. No matter how sick you are, be happy you don't have cancer, right? Right? So see, there's good news. There's a silver lining. No matter how sick you are, you don't have terminal cancer. So yeah, thumbs up for the lack of terminal cancer in your life. So take your sickness, embrace it, and enjoy it. All right. Anyway, but yeah, what is coming up for him and I next? And we'll see what's going on with that judgment. It feels like some new opportunities are in the mix indeed. New opportunities that we really don't want to chase. These are just kind of things that are in the levels, that are in the mix, that are kind of in there, that are just going to be sort of popping up. And you don't really want to be distracted by some of these things, right? You got that judgment card, the rebirth, the reincarnation. Some old things are new again, and some old things that may not have been, sort of moved through. Some old things that may not have been addressed don't really need to be addressed again. Yeah, it really feels like some things are going to regurgitate, and it's not going to be something that you really want to chase at the end of the day. King of Cups says stay emotionally distant as far as you can, because it doesn't feel like being emotionally distant has worked for you before, but I think that that's going to be something that works for you in the long run here. Definitely don't get too involved. Don't get too emotionally set up with some things happening here. King of Pentacles talks about taking inventory of what you have, taking inventory, sort of seeing where we are, seeing what kind of good things are going on here, and definitely kind of looking at a good perspective. And, that's going to be good as well. You got a little bit of a Page of Cups over here. You do have some emotional distractions, some emotional challenges kind of up next. And those emotional challenges are going to be something that take you by surprise. It's almost like, I didn't really sort of anticipate this, or maybe there's a level of severity from it that we didn't have, or a level of severity coming through that we didn't see in the beginning that is now revealed. But there we go. A little bit of combo as far as that goes. Tarot in Wonderland working magic for us. Reiki, welcome. Appreciate you hanging out. There we go. Wait, what do you don't have terminal cancer? I thought it was under your control. Wait, what are you talking about? Crystals and paint. I do have terminal cancer. Anyway, let's see what's going on. We got Keeli is next. Karima with a double shot. Welcome. I appreciate you hanging out. All right, let's see what's going on with Keeli. You are next. We got OJ, not the we got AA. We got AA, otherwise known as Think Orange Juice, is in the queue too. So we'll think about some orange juice indeed. We'll get some OJ out there, and we'll see what's going on. Tarot Reader with a double shot. Appreciate you hanging out. Do a little bit of a grape juice edition right now for Keeli, and we're going to see where this takes us a little bit. YouTube users wondering what's going on at the job front. You got massive layoffs. Well, I thought the economy was doing fantastic. Wait, what? I thought the economy was doing great. I don't know what's going on with that. We'll see with that. Anyway, get a little bit of a general and making it happen, right? Maruta is $1 the Patreon account. Crafty Lady, no. You click join. You click a join button, and the join button is $1, and it gives you access to emojis. Because apparently, I can't give people emojis. You have to pay for it. Even I have to pay for my own emojis, believe it or not. So if I want to use emojis in chat, I need to pay $1. Even though it's my channel. It doesn't make any sense, but welcome to YouTube. YouTube has it all figured out. Anyway, let's get a little bit of a general going on. But yeah, get a little Eight of Wands over here. This is nice, especially next to the Eight of Pentacles. Rushing, moving, surging forward is going to be important very soon for you. It feels like there are some things to be rushed into. There are some things to be looked at, to be examined, to be hit up, to be sort of, moving at that side, making things happen. But that Eight of Wands talks about a temporary movement to a temporary opening. So the big things that you're doing, the big things that you're chasing, the big things that you're going forward with do have a small opening or a small opportunity for you to take advantage of it. And that's going to be something that you definitely want to do. Absolutely. Absolutely indeed. The star points to this new opportunity, kind of giving you a little bit of that guidance, showing you the way, showing you the direction, making it happen and getting it done the way that you kind of need to get it done. So that's going to be important as well, right? Small opportunity, sort of a quick opportunity that you do need to look at. The opportunity does give you a longer search or a longer guidance into something that's going to be a little bit better, something that's going to be sort of a longer term opportunity when you sort of get into that full steam. There we go. A little bit of that. Cassandra wants to know about getting a new car. Other than the price is right, are we going to be able to get a new car over here? Let's use the capybara, or I call it the Cappy Baby Tarot. It is, it has all the cuteness. It is cuteness overload. Cuteness overload over here. That is going to be fun, right? That is going to be fun. Well, there we go. The Patreon's completely different than the join button. So you go to the channel of my channel and you click the join button, and there's only one option, which is $1 a month, because I can't give it to you free. So the minimum I can charge you is $1, and that's what I charged you, is $1. So that's the absolute minimum, and you get all the emojis for the next month. So, that's where you go and all of that other stuff. That is definitely not a Patreon thing. That is a join button that is within the channel itself. All right, when will I get my new car? Let's look at the Six of Pentacles. This is a nice one over here. Get the deck and wheel out. See where that is going to take us indeed. Six of Pentacles talks about May. But I'm going to adjust this down a little bit. I really think you're looking at late October, early November, right? Late October, early November for the new car. I think we're adjusting it down. Why are we adjusting it down? Because we have the Wheel of Fortune. The wheels for your new car, the new wheels, the thing that you're excited about, getting into the wheel. And the Wheel of Fortune talks about getting it a little bit earlier than what you had anticipated, right? Six of Pentacles talks about a good deal that you find. Again, maybe towards the end of the year, maybe you have that the tax write-off that a lot of car dealerships want to definitely sell, before they have to pay taxes on that for the end of the year or whatnot. Temperance card just says wait a few months kind of thing. So again, I think it's going to be October-ish when you will get your new car, and I think you'll get a good deal on that new car. It feels like they're not selling enough new cars in that time frame, and that's something you're going to be able to take advantage of and make it happen as far as you go. All right, there we go. A little bit of a time frame happening through that. We got Bartman is next. We use a little bit of the Tasty Tarot if you want to get in on the Kickstarter. It is only 3 days left. Only 3 days left. I did go ahead and put these onto the printer, so this is getting printed soon. So hopefully they'll get it printed about 2 weeks. So after the Kickstarter ends, you can expect your cards to be shipped out about 2 weeks later, 2 to 3 weeks later. So yeah, looking pretty good with that. All right, how's my writing so far? Let's take a look at this. The Fool with the pancakes. It seems that the level, the thickness, I guess the level of complexity may be a little bit too much on some of the objects or some of the writing, right? It could be a matter of simplifying it, bringing it down a little bit and getting it a little more simplified. As we do in art, we also do with writing as well. streamline, simplify. You may have too many layers, and you may be looking down into those layers, and those layers may not be doing you as well as you would hope, right? May not be doing you as well as you would hope here. The Tower also has a lot of layers, and the layers are just kind of leaning over, right? Leaning over, leaning in this direction, and we may not want to sort of deal with some of that. So simplifying it, removing some of the layers, getting some of this more streamlined, I think that's going to be something that you definitely want to do here. Page of Cups just talks about a little bit of a love potion. There is some sort of some drama that could be introduced into some of the stories as well. Maybe a little more thicker drama or a little more drama opportunity that's going to be mixed in there. But overall, it's looking pretty good indeed. We have 2 cards pointing towards the layers, 2 cards pointing towards the simplification. Make it happen, right? Well, there we go. All right, Keely, thank you for your donation. That's actually so funny. I want to go ahead and skip ahead and do it now. I want to go ahead and skip ahead and do that one now. All right. Did Rose give me the herpes? Oh, no. I don't know at all. We'll see. I don't know. That could be a possibility. I'm not writing it off. Now. Entertainment purposes only. I don't know if Rose is a person or if you got maybe, a rose by any other name. A rose by any other name. Could be herpes. Maybe we got gonorrhea. Maybe we got the clap. Maybe we got herpes from that rose. Maybe we should have done a different flower instead of the rose. I don't know. But this calls for the This Might Hurt Tarot. Because this might hurt indeed. All right, well, let's see what's going on here. Get a definite yes or no answer with that. The Thick Podcast, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. All right, let's get it and see what happened here. I was leaning towards a no. I was entertainment purposes only. Never assume that you have herpes based upon a fat man reading your cards on the internet, but we're definitely going to have to say that this looks like a yes. This looks like a little bit of a yes, right? You got that Knight of Cups. We're coming in. We're probably worded poorly. We're approaching with that romantic side, and we used the rod the wrong way. The rod did not get used the way that it should be used, and the devil is in that. The devil makes that happen, but it does indeed, obviously, entertainment purposes only. But we're going to let you determine yourself what you think about that, because, that looks pretty determinate. But, that's one of the funny ones with that. Lani, thank you for your very generous donation. I greatly appreciate that. We need a bit of a general, though. Let's get back to the normal reads. A little bit of a general happening over here with the Dark Mansion Tarot involved with all of this. We'll see about that. Speaking of... But yeah, you may want to choose Delilah's or, some other flower next time. Just saying. I'm just saying, you may want to choose a little bit of a different flower because those roses do have thorns in them. They do have thorns in them. All right, general for the next month. Where is this going to go? The Death card. So there are some welcome changes happening in that mix. This is something that we have been waiting for. We have been looking to embrace. We have been getting out there and doing some things to make these changes happen. And I think you're going to get some of the results of that. And that's going to be good overall, right? The moon says wait a month. I do think these changes are going to occur basically at the end of August. You do kind of have a little bit of a delay within that, and you definitely kind of need to sort of see where that is going to take you, right? So that month, you do have a little bit of that delay within that. So you have big changes coming up a little bit for the end of August. It's going to be exciting for you. It does talk about some rapid movements, maybe some opportunities with job, maybe some opportunities for travel, maybe some things happening, maybe a quick trip or something casual, and I think that's going to be good overall for you. So there we go, looking pretty good with that. Entertainment purposes only, but yeah, there you go. Birthday is next month. There we go, very nice. Very nice indeed. I think that trip is going to go solid as a rock, because solid as a rock is in here pretty soon. But before solid as a rock, we got OJ. Moments where I see progress with the boyfriend, seem to lose it. It goes up and down. Boyfriend playing out. All right. Let's see how the boyfriend is playing out. Samantha, thank you for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. We're going to get the Victorian Romantic Tarot right now, and we're going to see where this takes us. Hopefully the boyfriend plays out a little better than Keely's reading, you know. Hopefully it plays out a little bit better than Keely's reading. But yeah, we want to know. I keep having moments where I see progress with the boyfriend, and then I seem to lose the progress. So we take 2 steps forward, we take 1 step back with this particular individual. Where is this going to kind of go? I just see that repeats itself. I don't see that anything short term is going to change with this. It's like we have opportunities, we have some cool things, we have some nice things happening, right? 7 of Pentacles feels like I'm working towards something, but I'm just not getting any of the results that I want. I'm just having some challenges with this particular connection. I'm having eternal challenges with this particular connection. How do you see playing it? I say just ride the waves with this. I really don't think that you're going to have any major adjustments, any substantial things happening here that are going to be a little bit different than what you're kind of putting up with in the first place. 5 of Pentacles and the 7 of Pentacles. No matter how hard I work, I don't seem to be making the progress that I want. 6 of Swords says we're in it for the long run. So if you're going to be okay with that, that's okay. But you're just going to be stuck in this position of trying over and over to make some big progress, working on that, but having the 10 of Wands, or having a little bit of sort of a detriment within the context of this. And that's not something that you kind of want to put up with long term, but you know, if you're willing to put up with it short term, it seems all right. It just seems all right. Anyway, OJ, thank you very much for your donation over the PayPal side. We are going way down here. That's a lot of reads. But let's start with the lot of reads with Karima, phase 1. We are going to do it to it. We are going to do it to it. But yeah, that is it. That is it. Crafty lady, I can't give out emojis on the channel. I can't do it. I'm sorry. I can't do it. Anyway, no, Patreon doesn't do shit. Crafty lady, Patreon does absolutely nothing to the live streams. I'm sorry. If I could give it to you, I can, but I can't give it to you. I can't even gift it to you, which is weird, but that's true. You could, other people can gift things, but it gifts like to random people or something. I don't know how it works. Anyway, but yeah, you know, I can't do it. Anyway, if I could, I would. All right, this is current feelings for me. A little bit of that 6 of Cups. It feels like you're sort of in that parent-child connection. Maybe you don't want to be there, maybe you do, but it does feel like that one person's the parent, one person's the child, and you keep seeing sort of having to play that up or having to walk that line, which you're not really prepared for. The Tower talks about a level of collapse as far as the feelings go. I think the feelings are losing a little bit of steam today. They're not as sort of vibrant. They're not as good as they have been. You have a little bit of a challenging day. Maybe it's just another manic Monday as it goes. The 7 of Pentacles just sort of points to the level of work, the level of things that need to be done. And that's kind of, you know, that's kind of not where you want to be with this opportunity here. 7 of Pentacles just says that they need to do a lot of work, but they haven't taken the big steps best to make that happen here. Knight of Swords says they do it in increments. In other words, one day they'll take these big steps, the next day they won't do anything. You definitely have this back and forth kind of mixed in here. So yeah, definitely sort of an unusual situation to say the least as far as feelings for you today. SB, I thank you for your very generous donation. I greatly appreciate you. Since we are leaning all the way down at the very bottom of the list, and we actually need to scroll to see the end, I'm going to go ahead and say donation cutoff. So any more donations will not be read today. They will be read tomorrow. Well, no, I'm taking tomorrow off. They'll be read Wednesday. They'll be read Wednesday. Whatever's current overall thoughts for me. Let's see what kind of thoughts that we have of you, and see where this is going to take us. What beautiful things that we got going on with that. Three of Swords is kind of a little bit of a mixture in the thing going through here, right? You got a Three of Swords with a Seven of Cups. It feels like a lot of the things that maybe they were excited about, maybe they were sort of overall thoughts, it feels like that they have to sort of rejuvenate that or look at that in a different perspective, or at least try to get a little bit of a different look and see about sort of where you're at, what you're doing, and what your overall goals are at this moment. The Temperance with the King of Wands just sort of offers out that action, offers out some of the good feels, and you're just kind of trying to figure out, this person's just kind of trying to figure out where they're going to go next. Because you have a level of uncertainty, you have a level of confusion that is within this, and it just feels like that uncertainty, that confusion hasn't really sort of been figured out, or hasn't been laid out on the table and moved forth, right? You have that Temperance card as well, just talks about the mixing and all of this other stuff. The overall thoughts is kind of a mix right now. Good thoughts, bad thoughts, maybe some challenging thoughts, maybe some lovely thoughts that they have, but you just have this mixture back and forth from this particular individual right now. So there we go. There's overall thoughts happening with that. Thank you, Karima. Phase 1 happening over here. We are solid as a rock, and it is solid indeed. Let's see where that's going to take us. We'll go ahead and use the Cappy Tarot one more time. Anything positive coming in work between now and December? I really think that you have a very, very wonderful opportunity as far as getting your review out, as far as getting stuff in with your review. Somebody's watching you. Somebody's sort of looking at you, right? You have two big majors as far as sort of your work-related stuff. I think you get some accolades. You get some exciting things. I think people are starting to notice you a little bit more at work. They're starting to see what you're doing, and they're sort of making it happen. I think the work that you're doing is sort of piling up into this good perspective, into something that people want to see, people appreciate, people like as far as it goes. So that is going to be something that you're looking forward to as far as this goes as well. You have this Justice card too. Justice card sort of points to finding the balance, finding the opportunities. And I think you're getting pretty good at finding opportunities about where you can do, where you can excel, where you can move into, where you can push through. I think that's going to be good as well too. So a lot of good things happening, a lot of exciting movement happening here. Hermit card just talks about your level of sort of doing things independently is going to be noticed, and I think you get some accolades. I think you get some good stuff absolutely before the end of the year. And it could be one of those to where you get a raise and it's not processed until after the New Year's, because most times when you do get a good review in December and they want to give you a raise, they definitely sometimes have to wait until the budget for next year in order to give that 2 years. There we go. All right, love forecast for the next 7 days. B52 wants some Love Shack action, and we are going to give it to B52 in a good way, of course. Next 7 days. Queen of Swords. Man, there's some biting communication. There is some biting communication happening here. Kozaya, you can yes, you can. Keziah, you are going to be first up on Wednesday, right? On Wednesday. But yeah, post your question here, Keziah. I will mark it and copy paste it, and it'll be ready to go the moment we start on Wednesday. But yeah, let's see what's going on here. Queen of Swords, you have some biting communication, some very direct communication. It feels like a lot of things are kind of need to be said, are going to be said. Some of these things are going to be a little bit on that biting side or a little bit on the thrusting side as far as this happens, especially next to the devil. Things are said that need to be taken back, or maybe things are said that are upsetting. Maybe a connection is upsetting, or some communication is upsetting in the next 7 days. Page of Pentacles says don't take too much thought, or don't take too much don't take too much investment within that context. Everything is going to be okay. You're just going to have to sit it out. That's the way it goes. You just sort of sit it out and maybe just take it. Maybe take a little bit of the heat. Take a little bit of that heat going on right there. All right, we're really, really worried about the career. Massive layoffs. The world is collapsing. Everything is happening. We need to know what is going on. Is a YouTube user going to survive the Holocaust known as a workspace? The workspace. Well, we'll see. Massive layoffs. I'm worried. Is my current job safe until I get a new one? We are very concerned right now. Let's get you some good news over here. Make sure that you're going to be sitting at that new job. You're going to be proud. And Page of Pentacles. Looks like it's decent. A little bit of a separation over here and something new coming in. I do think that you're going to be all right. I do think that you're going to be all right until you can find something else. It doesn't feel like this is directly affecting you, right? Page of Pentacles. Bottom line, they're short on cash. It's not something that you need to be concerned about or need to be crying about, or, that's going to be one of those things. But yeah, you definitely have some concern going on over here. It's definitely some Page of Pentacles. They just don't have the money. They don't have the money, and you're going to have to just kind of deal with it, because the Two of Swords just says that other people are going to get laid off. Other people are going to get separated from this, but you have this level of protection, right? You have this level of blindness that you don't need to be. You have two blindness cards. In other words, what you see is not what affects you. What you see is not what directly comes about and hits you in the face. This is not something that's going to be detrimental possibly to you too, right? So I don't think it's going to be a lot. I don't think it's going to be a lot of bad things happening with this. Hanged Man talks about the level of enlightenment, the level of looking at things differently. I think that you do get some different opportunities. You do get some places to be, some good places that you can sort of, at least apply for, and that's going to be all right. Yeah, it's going to be all right. So looking pretty good. I think you're all right. I think you're all right. AS, thank you for your donation over PayPal. I am going to get the reading for you on Wednesday. First off, Keeli, rewind a little bit, and your reading is in there. Your reading is all in there, right? You got a little bit of that This Might Hurt Tarot and making it happen with that. So Keeli, you had 2 donations. One is a general, and one is your herpes. So sorry about the herpes. Way it goes. But yeah, anyway, how will I be meeting with the Aries be what we think about my looks and personality. You found a fire sign. Oh my God. You're upgrading. Normally you're just like Pisces, more Pisces. I don't know what's with you and the Pisces, but man, I'm just saying, I don't know what's with you and the Pisces, but you're finally getting an Aries in you, right? You're finally airing out a little bit of that Aries. You're going to see where the fire sign is going to take you. Page of Swords. Man, this person's difficult as hell to communicate. Hashtag not all Aries. Entertainment purposes. But yeah, this person's difficult to communicate with. You have a little bit of that Seven of Swords, King of Swords. This is a distracted person. You do have to get their attention, right? Because I think even if you get their attention on this first round, this go round, it feels like keeping their attention is definitely going to be something that's going to be difficult overall. I think that they really like you. You got that King of Swords, right? They like the opportunity. They like what you're doing. They like what you're kind of looking for. And they really kind of enjoy you as a person. And that's something that's exciting to them, and you do sort of ignite, no pun intended, to the Aries fire sign a little bit inside of them, and they like as it goes. Seven of Swords says you're kind of a unique person. They haven't really met anyone like you before. You're kind of an escape, or you kind of have this wild opportunity coming through there, and that's going to be something that's all right. Overall, it looks good. The sun is indeed looking decent, so good luck with your fire sign adventure. Finally, no more Pisces. We'll see how the Aries and a Pisces, that's night and day, kind of different. No pun intended to the sun card at the end there. I'm just saying, that's going to be fun. That's going to be fun indeed. All right, we got Solid as a Rock has 2 readings. The double shot, Solid as a Rock. Let's make it happen tonight with the Baroque. And what are my chances of securing a promotion this year? I've been waiting to get the fat cash. You know what I'm saying? Just been waiting. I'm like, give it to me. This is something, and just as we saw in the previous reading, this looks pretty decent for getting a little bit of extra cash. You know what I'm saying? A little bit on the good side for getting some of that extra cash. We'll see what happens here. But yes, the previous reading said pretty much a yes. You don't really have a problem with this. We went straight to the gimbal on that last one and got all the meaty reads, right? For the promotion, for the excitement, for all of the good stuff over here. Seven of Wands, again, talks about them being a little bit defensive right now against it, but the Nine of Wands, we sort of recover from it, and the Empress, we're able to sit in this comfortable chair, and we're able to sort of get what we need. We're able to get all of the stuff that we're sort of happy with. The Empress is about control. It's about leadership, but the leadership seeing what's going on, and most of all, it's about comfort, right? The Empress, unlike the Emperor, is in this comfortable chair with pillows, sort of being enveloped within the leadership, within the opportunities, within the good stuff that they like to see. And that is important here because you are looking at some beautiful things happening there, and we like it. We like to see it, right? A tarot reader likes to see it as well. A little bit of that action. Will I get clarity on my research soon? Ooh, let's see a little bit about that. We'll keep using this, and we'll make it see. Why are they against it? Because somebody else is applying the same as you. It's you and somebody else. It's almost like a throwdown between you and somebody else on this. You end up winning, but somebody else either has some ideas and wants it as well. So you're going to have to basically do a tug of war with the $100 bills. I don't know. Maybe I have to strip on the tables or something, and both y'all have to dance. I don't know. Anyway, maybe like Footloose. Anyway, will I be able to get clarity on my research soon? I'm going to say there's a level of some clarity, but it's not complete clarity. Like we don't have the sun, right? The sun is what I was kind of looking for in this reading. You have the Hermit over here sort of giving that guiding light, giving a little bit of the illumination that we do need, providing the clarity that is going to be good. Wheel of Fortune talks about what I've been doing makes more sense. What I've been doing is where I kind of want to see, is where I kind of want to be here, and he got a lot of good opportunities with that. But the Seven of Cups says some of the clarity doesn't make sense. It's kind of like Lost. You know what I'm saying? You watch the TV show The Lost. You know, it explains something that's weird, and the explanation is even weirder than the original event. So yeah, So that's one of those. The Seven of Cups just says you're sort of in that loss. We have explanations, but some of the explanations are more weird than the actual question that you had originally. Some illumination is going to happen, not the level of the sun. Some of it is confusing, but it definitely puts you on the right track. It definitely, so you're looking for that kind of that guidance, that ultimate answer, that conclusion. I think it gets you on the track, right? It's not going to take you to the very end, but it does get you on the right track. Anyway, will anything come in love soon? How soon? Let's hurry up some love. Let's get all of the lovin's out there. Let's make some passionate love tomorrow. Ooh, Judgment says a return of somebody from your past. If you are looking for an ex, maybe somebody from your past, you do get an opportunity with this person. Does seem pretty decent. Are you invested 100% into it? Not really. This is something that kind of has some good, bad, and a definite level of indifference here, but it just feels like that's something where, it feels like something where you don't have to put a lot of effort into it. Like this person is already pre-screened. This person is not, this person's not going to be something that's kind of a pain here. But yeah, you have somebody coming from the past, not too invested in it, but if you want to just have a quick fling, have a little bit of fun with that. Three of Pentacles says we can do that indeed. How soon? I think, let's see, the only real thing we have is the page. The only real thing that we have as far as the Decan wheel is concerned is this Three of Pentacles. You look up the Three of Pentacles, you are kind of looking at this January time frame. I really think it's going to be about a month and a half to 2 months max, right? A month and a half to 2 months max, and that's going to be something that happens. So there we go with that. All right, what happened to the money trick? KN wants to know, where the hell is the money trick? Well, I spent the money trick. I had to spend the 20s. So I went to the bank. I got a fresh batch of 20s. And then I had to have some stuff done around the house and pay the person cash. And now I'm short on 20s again. So I'll go tomorrow and I'll get more 20s. And then from there, I'll try to restore the money trick. It'll be back eventually, but I'm just too damn lazy. I'm too lazy, right? Sheila, welcome. Appreciate hanging out. How you doing tonight? We got Karima, Phaser 2 over there. We got, how did he feel about seeing me today? Oh, nice. We're getting a little more interaction. We're getting a little more happening over there. That's always a good sign, right? That is always a good sign as far as this goes. So getting a little bit of interaction finally. I know they did kind of have a little bit of a time to where they weren't around, and then all of a sudden they were around. So that's good. All right, how do they feel about seeing me today, right? We had the last physical intimacy, anything, deeper connection, seeing where it's going, seeing what kind of things are happening over here. Let's see. Four of Swords. It was too long. We've been away too long. And that's the problem here, right? They feel like that. We've been away too long. A lot of the magic, a lot of the excitement, a lot of the connection that we kind of needed here just wasn't available. It just wasn't here. And that's something that they didn't really, like. They definitely felt that connection basically being from a long time waiting. So you do have the Four of Swords. We've been apart too long. It's good to be together. The Hermit felt a little bit alone. I didn't feel like I had a connection. I felt like, there was a lot of things out of sync because we weren't connected. And the Fool talks about this adventure being something that we definitely want to be on, right? Ace of Cups, that new initiative, that new excitement that we have. We do the love balloons on that, but the Fool says we're on that adventure. It feels like we're back on track. We're back on track. Me and you in this adventure, having a new adventure, getting some exciting things done. That was something that they enjoyed as well. All right, we had a last physical intimacy. Hopefully there was no herpes in there like Keeli got. So yeah, that's going to be the recurring theme tonight, is make sure that you use protection. You need to use protection. All right, Ten of Pentacles. How do they feel about our physical intimacy? Do you feel deeper connection? The Ten of Pentacles says yes. Ten of Pentacles says yes. There's a level of urgency to this physical connection. Like it needed to happen immediately. We needed to really get involved. We needed to get sort of that thrust in there. No pun intended, right? Ten of Pentacles with the Three of Swords. We have a deeper connection. We have a better connection now than we did definitely in there. Nine of Swords. They were concerned about the physical connection before this. They were like, we're kind of wandering apart. Want to make sure that doesn't happen. They're very concerned about getting this back on track, right? Three of Swords, they don't want anything upsetting here. So they want that Queen of Pentacles, and we've kind of talked about the Queen of Pentacles, kind of we want that stability. We want you to be happy, and this is definitely making you happy as far as that. But they were concerned definitely about it's been too long. We need to more often connect. We need to get that done, and they were kind of concerned a little bit making through here. Solid as a rock isn't concerned. Solid as a rock, because solid as a rock is solid as a rock. I mean, that makes sense. That makes sense to everybody. Hopefully it makes sense to everybody, but we'll see. With a little bit of action and adventure over here with the Curious Travels Tarot. Yeah, we'll see what happens here. All right, will I succeed to purchase a house? All right. Getting a little bit of a house adventure over here. We can do that, I guess. We can do that. Getting a house, man, the interest rate just keeps going up. Hopefully no more bank collapse. You know, the more the interest rate. By the way, you can get a certificate of deposit. A certificate of deposit is paying 6% over here. 6% return for a certificate of deposit. That's better than my 401k. That's better than my 401k, which has a negative 2%, right? Certificate deposit doesn't go anywhere. You can have the ultimate crash, and a certificate deposit is good for the year or 2 years or whatever you put it in at. But it's paying 6% right now. That's what I'm saying. So, man, that interest rate's nice, but hopefully the banks don't crap out. We'll see. Six of Pentacles talks about the housing purchase is indeed possible. It is indeed possible, right? You may want to secure financing before we get interest rate into the 20 gazillion percent. But yeah, that pays, right? Just be careful what you commit to with housing. There's definitely some traps, some tricks out there you don't want to get hooked into. You're going to be kind of restricted as far as the area is concerned, maybe because of the price, maybe because of mobility, or, you know, maybe it doesn't have the stuff that I kind of need to happen around there. You know what I'm saying? Just make sure you have all of the services that you need around you. You don't want to drive an hour and a half just to go get a grocery store butter. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, but that's it. I think that is a yes. We get a little bit of a thumbs up. Make that housing move over there is what you need. The more housing, the better, right? The more housing, the better. We'll see. Thinking about it, but it will happen. I think it will happen. It's looking pretty good, right? Looking pretty decent for that. I like it quite a bit. I like it a lot with that. All right, we got Sarah is next. What's the Thoth? Oh, Jesus. You know, things have gone down the shitter when Sarah wants the Thoth. Sarah, where are you, Sarah? Sarah, it must be bad, Sarah. Oh, man. I'm going to need a shot of vodka before this reading. When Sarah wants the Thoth, you know something's bad. You know, it has gone straight downhill. It's like today. I was trading stocks, right? And the stock just went straight down. And I was like, wow, this is the ultimate tarot flush right here. This is the ultimate flush. So, yeah. It went straight down. So I shorted it, and of course I made some money because that's what I do. But, yeah, if you're not watching my stock trades, I have a channel where you can actually see me trade stocks live. Where I press the button and you can see me lose money or make money. Today, I made $2,237 in 15 minutes. So there we go. If you want to watch that, it's available on my stock channel. So yeah, anyway, all right. Oh God, here we go. Oh, God. All right, let's pray for the best here. Let's give it a good shuffle. Let's give it a good shuffle and see where this is going to take us. Oh, man, Reiki's right. This could be the ultimate flush right here. Keely, you know? Keely, I'm not a doctor, Keely. I don't know. Keely, I don't know. Keely, I have no idea. Anyway, we'll get your STD reading on another stream, Keely. We're gonna get you on Wednesday when we come back. When we return. All right. So Sarah, you see right now that this is well shuffled. You can't say it wasn't well shuffled. All right. Now, was it a mistake letting him into my life? Here we go. Oh, Jesus. Oh, hopefully this has a good... Oh, no, it doesn't. Not really. Not really. The Lover's card really kind of stands out here, right? Because the Thoth has a lot to say. The Thoth does have a lot to say. This is somebody that you needed in your life just because, if nothing else, of the lessons, of sort of the perspective of seeing things in the way that you kind of needed to see it. It's almost like that you had maybe some perspective that wasn't meant to be, or some perspective that needed to be altered, and this person definitely did it. The person definitely steered you in a little bit of a direction. It was a fun time. It was a good time, right? It was something that we enjoyed. You do have this playful card. Now, if this playful card is next to a really bad card, that's not good. That's more of a drama, gossip. So the Thoth had plenty of opportunities to flush this down the toilet, but it didn't. It did not do it, okay? You have this barren wasteland followed by a pregnancy that we kind of needed here. We have a barren wasteland. We have a lot of stuff that needed to happen here. We had some interactions. We had some love. We had some feelings inside of you that needed to be expressed and needed to be moved, that needed to have sort of that adventure pushed forward. And the Lover's card allowed you to do that with this individual. Now, did it go anywhere? Not really. Does it have a level of swords kind of pursuing this? Does it have a level of this difficulty going through this where we are kind of inhibited a little bit as far as this goes? I think it is, right? We couldn't take it where we wanted to, but we had some good feelings. We had some good things happen through this. Does it have a happy ending? Maybe not, but it was worth the squeeze. The juice was worth the squeeze indeed. So overall, was it a mistake letting it into my life? No, I don't think it was. I think there was enough good things. I think there was enough positive things that came out of this to make it worthwhile. So there you go. So again, the Thoth had a lot of opportunities to really flush that down the toity, but it didn't. It did not. So I think that's magic right there. That's something that we want to see. Karima, phase 3 is next. How's he viewing me at the moment? He's viewing you a lot better right now than he did before. I can tell you that, right? Viewing you a lot better than we did before. All right. Annette, I did get your PayPal donation, but you did donated after the cutoff, so I will be reading you Wednesday. So if you want to come back Wednesday bright and early, 6:15 Central, I will have your reading first on the list. You will be absolutely first on that list. Anyway, look at that. We got Tarot Reader's card tonight. Tarot Reader was here. We got Tarot Reader's card tonight. Pretty exciting, pretty good adventuresome as we coming through here. All right. How's he viewing me at the moment? Viewing you very nicely, right? Viewing you very nicely. I think that's going to be a good shot, a good thing going forward here. 9 of Swords just talks about this level of concern, right? A level of concern. And that's interesting that you had this 9 of Swords before and you did not kind of see that happening, right? You had this 9 of Swords before. We talk about a level of worry within them that they weren't happy, or sorry, that you aren't happy, that you aren't content within this. And that's something that kind of went through here, right? right? But you had that Nine of Swords action coming through here and a little bit of that concern, that worry. We are viewing you pretty nicely. We are viewing you pretty good here. Queen of Pentacles is hilarious. Karima, I want to just see, right? I want you to just see that you have repeat cards. Not only do you have substantially big repeat cards happening through here, but you have 2 repeat cards happening through here, which I think is kind of interesting. I think it's kind of interesting indeed, right? But yeah, that's kind of cool, because you'll notice in the past, the previous one, you had the Queen of Pentacles, you had the Nine of Swords, and they have returned. We had the Eight of Wands kind of sort of sneaking in the midst, but we just have this repeat message. What is the repeat message here, right? The repeat message is, I was concerned about your happiness. I was concerned this was getting flushed down the toilet, and we were apart too long. So that Eight of Wands, the excitement, the surge, moving through, getting where we want to be is going to be very important here. Definitely very important here. But yeah, that King of Wands, again, just talks about that King of Wands, Queen of Pentacles. My actions lead to your happiness, lead to things being a little bit better, and that's going to be all right. That is going to be all right indeed. All right, and that is it. That's Karima phase 2. We got more Karima coming through here right now. We want a podcast, not a normal podcast, a thick podcast. If you're going to have a podcast, make it thick, boys. Make it thick, boys. That's what we need. That's what we need to happen. You see a career change or financial success coming. I do see a career change. I'll be honest with you. I see a career change. You don't want a career change. Thick podcast. You don't want a career change. I think you're concerned. I think you're worried. I think you don't like to be out there for a career change. If someone handed it to you, would I be okay with it? Absolutely. But, you know, there's a price to pay for a career change. I don't think you want to pay it right now. I think you're a little bit nervous about a career change, a little bit hesitant on it here. All right, we'll see about a career change going through here, though. Magician and the Death. Nothing, and I mean nothing, says career change quite like that. I gotta say now, nothing says career change like this combo. Magician, you got the skills to pay the bills. People notice. People appreciate that. People are excited about that, and they definitely want to see where this is going to take us. They want to see what kind of exciting things we can come through with here, right? Death card talks about the level of change that you have. But again, I think that you're not ready. Sorry. I think that you're not ready. I think either you don't want to do it, you have a level of nervousness, you have a level of hesitancy here, and that's going to kind of affect you in the long run as we sort of go through here, right? But yeah, do you have a career change opportunity? Is there something that we could do? Absolutely. Are you going to take it? Yeah. I don't know. So go ahead and post in chat why you're so hesitant about a career change. I think you got that, like that nice dream of the career change, but like reality is like, shit, career change. Ain't nobody got time for a career change. You know what I'm saying? You know who has time for a career change? SP. Any lucks with the jobs that I have been applying for? I've been looking. I've been out there canvassing. I have been doing it all. And I haven't had much luck so far. Knight of Cups. I think that the second one has the best opportunity of any of them. I think the second one has the best opportunity of any of them. So yeah, you do have some openings. You do have some opportunities here to get this done. So look at the second job that you applied for. That's going to be your best shot. I think that's going to be your lucky go. That's going to be your lucky go. Karima, did I skip? Oh, Karima, did I skip it? I'm sorry. I got so excited. Karima, I got so excited about your first reading. I skipped the last part. Sorry about that. Whoops. Holding back. All right. So we want, I was Karima. I was like all excited. I was like hyped. Karima, I was so hyped that I skipped the second question. Man, you know what I'm saying? I got all excited, Karima. That was the best reading you had in a while. That was the best one you've had in a while. All right. What are the love feelings he's holding back right now? Oh, my God. Seven of Swords into the Nine of Swords. It really feels like they want something temporary within this mix here. A little bit of a temporary thing, right? Ace of Wands. I want a new incentive. I want a new excitement. I kind of want to see where this is going to take us, where this is going to go. I think they have some temporary plans that they're kind of holding back right now. And we've seen this kind of previously in other readings. You have a little bit of the devil. I'm kind of doubting myself. I'm kind of, not sort of putting it the way that I needed to put it. That make, I'm sorry, that sounds bad, but you know what I'm saying? But the Ace of Wands, I need some more excitement. I need some more level of kind of pushing forward and seeing where this is going to take us. Definitely within that mix. You do have the Knight of Swords again with this temporary push, this temporary thing going on. I think some of the love feelings they have are some temporary sort of exciting things, some temporary sort of spikes within the relationship that maybe they've been holding back, that maybe they've been sort of doubting themselves on. And I think there's a level of relationship connection here that they have been holding back from you as well. So there's something, there's something that's happening too. All right, a little bit of the Tasty Tarot in the mix. I've been using the Tasty Tarot so much. If you order the Tasty Tarot, by the way, I did send it to the printer. So you are going to have the Tasty Tarot in your hands in about 3 weeks. So that's a hell of a turnaround, right? The book, however, is going to take another 3 to 4 weeks, but the physical deck is going to be in your hands pretty soon. I did buy the Hershey's Kisses that I'm going to put in the packages. I do have the mailers. I do have the pretty decorative stuff I'm going to put it in. I do have all the stickers I'm going to put on there, food stickers. You get Hershey Kisses in the box. You get the tarot card with the box. You get all of this stuff. So hopefully everybody's going to be happy and content with that. And everything's ready to go. We're going to have about 2 to 3 weeks to get it printed. And then we'll start shipping that thing out to everybody. And then it will be on Etsy. So, yeah, it's going to be on Etsy ready to go. Y'all are going to be excited, hopefully. But, yeah, we'll see. All right, let's skip around. We got a little bit of a Samantha read in here. Let's get a couple of Samanthas over here. Once a Victorian romantic, Samantha does have the best taste. Does have the best taste in tarot decks, right? The best one. Let's get a little bit of romance. All right, we'll get one of the 4 scholarships. We have 3 cards and 4 scholarships. Man, we'll see what's happening. I'm feeling the Victorian romantic. Me too. I love the Victorian romantic. Yeah, see, Baba's Studio is like, we're not printing any more tarot decks. And then I get a mail. Would you like to pre-order the... Would you like to pre-order the Bohemian Gothic? I'm like, the fuck, you said you're not printing any more tarot decks. And you want me to pre-order the Bohemian Gothic. You and Chira Marchetti, y'all need to make up your minds. Y'all need to make up your minds. That's what I'm saying. Y'all need to make up your minds. Those Hershey Kisses are going to melt. Well, maybe they're going to be, you put it in the refrigerator before you open it. Maybe. I don't know. It is the middle of summer. Maybe Hershey's Kisses aren't the best idea. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, will I get one of the 4 scholarships? Yes. Lovers World, 2 big majors. Big majors happening over here. King of Wands talks about the leadership, getting that fiery aspect, the leadership pushing forward, getting things happening, and they are going to be getting that scholarship indeed. So we're going to go with a level of a thumbs up over here and making it happen with that. Why does C reach out and go silent? I don't know. I got one of those problems too. Somebody reaches out and then they ghost me for like a fucking day or something, you know? I don't know. They reach out and then I get ghosted. Then they reach out again, then I get ghosted. Then they reach out again, then I get ghosted. I don't know why this happens. Anyway, why does C reach out and then go silent. If I knew that, then I would know why I'm getting the same treatment, maybe. Hermit, leave me alone. They need a little bit of space. They want to be in that space. They don't want to be, you know what I'm saying? A little bit of the ghosty, never hurt anybody. They need a little bit of space. And this is something where they're confused. They're not really dedicated. They're not really putting in that, making forward. Four of Swords, it says they sort of need that sleepy time, that planning time. It's almost like that they're trying to sort of make some plans, or they're trying to think about something a little too hard that doesn't need to be thought about, right? Eight of Wands said they just need to make some movement here, but they have quick temporary movements, which is embodied within that Eight of Wands. And then you have the Hermit. Have a quick temporary movement, then I need to be left alone. Quick temporary movement, then I need to be left alone, right? That's kind of the treatment that you're getting. That's not something that's going to be temporary. I think they calm down in a few days, couple of weeks. Something's going on with that. But anyway, hopefully, that makes it happen. Will I go to St. Louis in mid-August? All right. We're still on the Victorian Romantic over here, knocking these readings out like a champion. No, I don't think you would be good. No, I don't think, I was just going with a thumbs down here. I don't think so. Justice card says you decide against it. It's not something you want to deal with long term here. I don't really think that's something you want to deal with. So no, we're just saying, nah, I don't think you're really going to be going to St. Louis. Eight of Swords talks about restrictions, maybe restrictions from movement, maybe restrictions with money, maybe change of plans, but you just have sort of this overall Two of Wands. I'm looking, but I'm restricted. So the plans are there, but the plans are not implemented the way that we would like to see them implemented in here, and that is preventing us from making any of the big motions, any of the big movements happening that we need over there. We got Karima phase 4 over here. We'll see where this takes us. Get a little... I hate shuffling this deck because it costs $300. So I'm not a fan of shuffling this deck. So you see how easy and light I shuffle it? You got to treat it gently. Otherwise, it'll ghost you. Otherwise, the Victorian Romantic will ghost you if you don't treat it gently, right? If you sort of get mad at it for being mad or whatever, then you're gonna get the bad treatment, right? You're gonna get the ghosties. All right, so we've shuffled it nicely. Nice reset on this deck, and we're gonna use that for the Karima phase 4. In what kind of way has he been talking to me, the people he told me about lately? All right, so we're gossiping about you. We're talking about you to other people. Where is that gonna take you? Where are we gonna end up with all of that mess? You have a little bit of the Seven of Swords. This is somebody that they've talked to before. So they already know the situation. They're already kind of on the scoop about what's happening, where it's going, what kind of things are moving around over here. So yeah, this is a return conversation, something that they've done before. The world just talks about that. They just talk about a little bit of everything. It's not like we're just solely focused on you or anything. It's just like, here, there, gossip, conversation kind of thing. Ace of Swords, so basically they're filling them in on anything new. So just kind of getting them up to speed as it go through here. Ultimately, the person, the people that they're talking to is not like sort of super dedicated to it. They're just kind of entertaining them. They're just kind of like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, sounds good. I mean, it's just not like a dedicated conversation, right? What are his long-term goals and desires for the connection with me right now? Let's see what kind of long-term goals do we have. A little bit of Victorian Romantic makes good long-term goals with here. We'll see where that takes us. Oh, man, Nine of Wands. This is something where they don't want to make the same mistake again. They feel like they make a lot of mistakes with relationships, and that could be true. I mean, I don't know. But they definitely want, if they're going to make movements, they don't want to make the same mistakes again. So they're going to be more careful. It's going to be more planned. It's going to be kind of, on that level of sort of getting in there and making this happen with that. The star says they definitely need more of a plan. I don't want to wing things. I need more of a long-term plan. I need this to be, a good thing for me. stability as it goes, because the Five of Pentacles just says that I want something that has some substance and some stability in it, rather than something where I regret it almost immediately. So I think the long-term desires are for something substantive, something that is planned out well, something that has legs, that has some stuff, and something when they move on it, they're not going to make the same mistakes. So they do feel like they make a lot of mistakes when it comes to, that stuff. You have to go to Baba's Studio to pre-order the Bohemian Gothic, right? You got to go over there and order it, and it is expensive as hell. It is like hilariously. It's so expensive that I started laughing when I saw it. It is outrageously expensive. So yeah, inflation. I thought inflation was down, but the Bohemian Gothic basically costs a paycheck, essentially, right? It costs you a paycheck at this point. But, that's it. That's it. Anyway, yeah, go over there. And be sure to be sitting down when you open the page. When you open the page, be sitting down. All right. I didn't see anything about pre-ordering. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, Tarot of Aphrodite. Oh yeah, I haven't heard about that one. I need to look that up. Thank you, Sadia. I appreciate that. I definitely need to check this out. All right, let's see. My energy has been off because of insecurities. How can I break free of insecurities? Well, if I knew that, I could make a lot of money. You got to step up. The Emperor. You got to step up. That's you just got to step up and fix it. That's because of insecurity. Stop being insecure. I hate to do that to you because, Lani, I love you, but I hate to do that to you. But I'm going to have to be that guy. The Emperor with the 6, you need to connect with yourself a little bit better. You need to realize that you're in charge. You need to realize your thoughts, your emotions need to correspond to your goals, to where you want to be, to how you want to be, to how you want things to work out. Because I think you just have this disconnect between what I want and how I can get it, who I am and my confidence within myself. And the Emperor just says you need to step up and connect with the deeper part of yourself that's going to have the confidence, that's going to have the abilities, that's going to have the level of esteem that you need to get over the insecurities. We all have insecurities. If nothing else, I'm just saying, Prozac's a hell of a drug. If nothing else, Prozac's a hell of a drug. So yeah, we have a little bit of that king action over here. You have all of these authority figures moving through here, and it just feels like this is something that you need to deal with internally. There's nobody that's going to fix this other than a good dose of Prozac. Nothing really going to fix it as it goes through. And this is a long-term thing that you need to deal with here. It's not something that's going to be fixed overnight. So you definitely want to sort of get into that and just basically step up and deal with it, right? There's not just a magic potion that's going to fix that as far as it goes. Anyway, breaking free is going to be a lifelong thing, but I think that you can do a really good job, and I think that you can push through with that. Can we use a Bohemian Gothic on my last reading? I do not have that available. That's in the closet. That is in the closet. All right. What can I expect with this particular Gemini? Is it going to be all right, or is it not going to be all right? Wow. You have the 2 immediately from this Gemini. You can expect the repeated behaviors. You can expect the Gemini level over here of having one personality with having a different personality at a different moment through here. I think that the sort of that love between y'all is going to get better. It's going to get more secure. It's going to have a level of security that you've been kind of looking for, that you've been kind of excited about there. But yeah, I think that's going to be all right as it goes. I just think the Gemini is going to have a closer relationship. It's going to have a closer closer connection as through here. Are you ready for this closer connection? Because I think that you lost a level of trust, quite frankly, from this Gemini. And you're going to have to be able to push through that and not be able to sort of be pushed off of it. And I think that you're going to have a pretty happy connection, pretty happy, relationship as it sort of moves forward with that. I think that's going to be good, right? That is going to be good overall. Just give it some level of patience and just go forward. Geminis can continue to have that duality to them, that you kind of have to deal with. But anyway, that's it. That is it with that. Let's do the last question over here. And see, will I be able to get to a better space with him? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Samantha will do the druid craft on your last reading, which is coming up. And then we do universe, we do karima and SB, and we are out of here for tonight. Let's see if we'll be able to get a better space with him. Man, you get a lot of good cards tonight. Good cards tonight. It feels like a lot of the doubts, the concerns with the Gemini. You do have a level of disconnect, a level of trust that has fallen through here with this. But yeah, you kind of have to push through. You kind of have to get that behind you. And I think that you're going to have to just kind of deal with it. Basically, just sort of deal with it, right? Ace of Wands just says, yeah, you're going to have to do some actions. You're going to have to sort of deal with a lot of things that you may not want to deal with right now to get this happening. Overall, I think that you have a level of guidance. You have a level of direction with this person, and it feels like there's some exciting aspects to them. But that Queen just says, building stability is your main objective right now. That's going to lead you to that better space, lead you into the better place that you want to be, because it is all about sort of trying to escape the past with this Gemini. And the past and the Gemini and you in the past for the Gemini is really jading this connection right now. Like if it was a brand new connection, you would really treat this differently than you are now. But it's not a brand new connection. You have the dealings. And again, there's a drop off in the level of trust that you have with this particular individual. So there we go. There we go, making it happen over there. All right, Prozac versus Lexapro. You know, Prozac gave me sort of a weird, Prozac made me really sick. Lexapro's a real pretty good drug, though. Lexapro, see, I got all the good drugs now. When you have cancer, they give you whatever drug you want. Like, I could name a random drug, and I can be like, can I get this really hardcore narcotic? And they'd be, sure, here you go. And they don't, wait. And so when I had my seizure, so I went through chemo and I had a seizure, right? And I was in like a lot of pain. So they gave me like this hardcore narcotic, basically, painkiller. And they didn't, normally when you get a painkiller, they'll give you like 5 pills. And then they'll be like, after you get the 5 pills, you're never seeing that again. So anyway, but yeah, they give me like a bottle like this big of a bottle. And it was like full to the max. And they're like, hey, when you finish off that bottle, let me know. I'll give you another bottle. So when you have cancer, you can get any drug that you want. It doesn't matter. And they give you they give you like a fat ass bottle, and it is full to the top with whatever you want. So yeah, good news. Bad news, you're going to die, but good news, you can be drugged up like a mofo before you go. It's pretty exciting. Anyway, all right, Samantha wants a little bit of the druid craft. We'll make it happen over here. Will me and C reconcile as friends this year? Is C the Virgo? Is C the Virgo? I don't know. What happens if you ask for cocaine? They look at you like they're crazy. I probably could get it. I don't know. I probably could get the medical equivalent of it. I probably could. I'm not going to try. I don't really need it. But I'm just saying, when I was like in intense pain, like they normally give you like 5 pills. And they give me like a thick bottle like full of that crap. Anyway, will me and C reconcile as friends this year? I think so. I think there's a level of connectivity here that needs to happen. You're going to be all right. You're going to be great here. We're going to go with a nice level of friends, connecting the way that we need to connect. connect. And it feels like that you're one of the people that really sort of instigates this. I'm sort of on the line for this, waiting for this to happen. A lot of good enthusiasm as we reconcile. But yes, you have a nice thumbs up over there, making it happen with that. All right, we got a universe. Has a universe of tarot tonight. Get a little bit of a universe full of guidance from our happy tarot over here, and we'll see it. Has Hailee moved on, and is she pulling on my energy? Let's see if Hailee is moving on, and see what something's going on with this. See if that energy is going to be something exciting to make happen. 9 of Swords, 3 wise Buddhas with that. I don't think they've moved on, no. I think they are pulling at your energy a lot. 4 of Swords says they're having difficulty moving on. They're kind of stuck in that mode. They're not having the energy that they kind of need here. And it just kind of says, right? It just kind of says as we're going through. But that 4 of Swords just says they're having difficulty moving on here. 3 wise Buddhas, again, a lot overthinking here, a lot of worry, a lot of concern. You have the 2 sleepy cards. The dreams are still going on, the worry, the concern still there. And it's just very difficult to let go, right? So I think we have a little bit of that energy that is kind of pulling maybe in your direction as far as it goes. But yeah, we have SB is next, and we'll round up the reads with Karima, phase 5. All right, how will be working at the new home health job be for me? Let's see if home health is going to be for you. That sounds fun. That sounds fun with that. Magician, oh man, you do a hell of a job with this home health. You do a great job with this home health. I think we have a lot of excitement, a lot of adventure coming through here indeed. Magician says you are built for this. This is something. You have the compassion, you have the concern, you have the enthusiasm, you have everything that you need to make this successful. The Magician's very powerful card as far as getting a reading through, getting it where you want it to be. Knight of Wands talks about it's a little more travel than you're used to, but I think it's going to be good, right? I think it's just going to be good. King of Swords with the star. This is meant for you. You're destined for this. I think you're going to be one of the very, very star people, star employees that are doing this. I think this is exceptionally good for you in the long run. And SB, I really like it. I think this is a great read. You can't really get a better read than the Magician poking its head out almost immediately and pushing towards a level that you are sort of waiting for. All right, want to find happiness and balance? I'm going to move out of family home with my son. Happiness and balance, that's a lot to ask. I mean, being on your own does give you a level of freedom to pursue some of the stuff that you want to. And that's what you kind of see with that Queen of Wands, right? I have more control over my environment. And that is what's important here, because that's what you're kind of waiting for. Is that, what the hell? Why is there 2 lovers in this car, in this deck? Oh man, we already did that one. I've never seen the fact that they have 2 lovers in the deck. That's new. All right. Queen of Swords, Queen of Wands. You're able to really get more of a connection with your son outside of where you're at the new environment. It really gives you a better connection. You got the Lovers. I think this is going to be overall very much a place where you can resonate with yourself. You can really get some of your goals done. A lot of the distractions that you have in your way are not there anymore. King of Pentacles. I have this level of freedom, frolicking through the garden, getting all of the good things happening. Queen of Wands, a level of control is just there. So I think happiness and balance is indeed within your reach here. And I think you had 2 very, very good readings. SB, I think you have a lot of good things coming your way, to be frank with you. To be frank with you, in the next 3 months, I think you have a lot of fantastic things coming your way. I mean, the cards are very excited. They're very verbose. They're very kind of in your face with your readings. And that's really good. That's something that we rarely see on the stream like that, especially with the 2 readings, just directly to the point. Very excited with this. I'm excited to use Reiki B's animation that she purchased for me over here. We'll end up with a little bit of a teddy bear tarot over here. Let's try the teddy bear tarot with Karima, final phase. Is he planning to tell his father about me? Oh, his dad in the mix? Yes, 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 and yes. Father don't like it. Daddy don't like that. Daddy does not approve at all. There's a little bit of drama with Dad over this. But the King of Pentacles, that father figure, that authority figure, is getting this information. We've been waiting to tell them. We've been waiting to do it. We are going to escape. We are going to reach out, get that sword, get that air communication out there. We are going to communicate that to Dad. We are just doing it. We are doing it right now. The Tower says they have a lot to say about it, but you know, that's the way it goes sometimes. All right. Has he mentioned anything to him already? Or what are daydreams about me lately? Have they mentioned anything already? Yes, I do think they've mentioned something before. And I think you have a level of drama coming from that. Yeah, you don't have to deal with it, but you got a level with that. All right. What is daydreams about me lately? Escaping with you. Getting an escape. Getting some adventure. Getting on the chair. Getting the movement. Getting the opportunity. Getting out there and going on an adventure with you. They've been waiting for an adventure. They have an adventure planned. They don't really able to implement it right now, but it's something in the work, something in plan, right? The world making that journey, making that thing happen. Been waiting. We've been expecting this to occur, and the chariot, getting that movement done, is out there. Those are the daydreams, where it's headed, where the excitement is on this. And I'm excited about the Tasty Tarot. You got 3 days. Let's take a look at it now. Thank you for joining. We will see you on Wednesday.